Have you ever tried the hunger pinch? Every year, around 9 million people die of hunger. Even though more than enough food is produced around the world to feed the world's population, more than 690 million people go hungry. After decades of steady decline, global hunger is on the rise, affecting 8.9% of the world population. The number of undernourished people rose by 10 million from 2018 to 2019, resulting in about 16 million more undernourished people than in 2014. Aside from the hunger problem, food waste and loss account for 8% of the global greenhouse gas emission, with about 2 trillion pounds wasted per year. According to the food waste chart, China, United States, and the European Union are the top countries that waste the most food. Around 40% of the US food is wasted each year, equating to 80 billion pounds, 219 pounds per individual, and $1,600 per family.
This is the process of food loss and food waste. Food loss is the bigger category and incorporates any edible food that goes uneaten at any stage. In addition to the food that's uneaten in homes and stores, this includes crops left in the field, food that spoils in transportation, and all other food that doesn't make it to a store. To hedge against pests and weather, farmers often plant more than consumers demand, causing 20 billion pounds of produce lost on farms every year. While food waste is more of a specific piece of food loss, food waste is the result of uneaten meals at restaurants, unwanted or overbuying foods that are being trashed by households, restaurants, institutions, and supermarkets. Institutions generate an additional 7 to 11 billion pounds per year. Approximately 4 to 10% of food purchased by restaurants is wasted before reaching the consumer. Supermarkets are responsible for 10% of all US food waste. Through this process, food waste causes global greenhouse gas emissions. In a normal household, food that goes uneaten and sometimes untouched gets thrown away. People that can afford meals every night tend to throw away the leftovers when they can be saved for another meal or can feed another person who needs it more. This food waste causes other people that are less fortunate in the world to go without food and lead to starvation.
Many projects that deal with food wastage have been launched around the world. This project has been running for about 8 years in the UK. It is called the Real Junk Food Project. Foods thrown away from supermarket, they collect them and then produce a meal that is sold on a pay what you want basis. They support school, organizations, and local events. Similar projects also launch around the US. Planning food can help your household waste less food. Here are some tips to help you to do so. The planning tip is by simply making a list with weekly meals in mind. You can save money, time, and eat healthier food. If you buy no more than what you expect to use, you will be more likely to keep it fresh and use it all. Unused food tip. Search up for recipes to turn unused food into something delicious. If food is uneatable, using a composter can turn it into fertilizer to prevent further waste.
Around the world, there are several ways of dealing with wasting. Janico is a project in Bristol City, Europe Green Capital, which has influenced the international policies at the UN Climate Change Summit in Paris by sharing best practices and presenting effective sustainable actions. They deal with excess food from Bristol houses and other places that waste food instead of throwing them away and wasting natural resources. They use all the food waste to make nutrient-rich biofertilizer as well as renewable energy from liquid and normal food in the form of biomethane electricity, which can power about 8,300 homes. They also use the gas for Janico buses, which operate on recycled human waste. The strength of this project is that the community needs to cooperate in order to get faster results. This type of project has the potential to make a huge difference in our lives, but it will require a significant amount of funding at the beginning. Food recycling is like bringing life from death, and we are all visitors to this planet. So why we don't work on leaving a cleaner planet for the next generation as well as saving hungry people? Our role is to move with small actions that can contribute to a huge impact. Everyone should do their best to keep the cycle going for this generation and the next generation so when they come they can find a land they can live on.